Hey!
Hi!
Hey there!
Thanks so much for inviting us. We've never been to a real backyard barbecue before.
Your L.A. neighbors never invited you for a cookout?
We never met our neighbors.
Oh.
You need to meet the host.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Howdy.
Hi!
Welcome.
Folks, this is Clay.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm Timpani, she, her.
I'm Steve, he, him.
Well, Timpani, she, her, and Steve, he, him. I'm Clay. Hey, Sam. Why don't you just meet these, new neighbors that we have? They're the ones that Kevin was telling us about.
Oh, yes. Well, welcome to our humble little hacienda. Hey, mi casa es su casa.
Oh, I know this one.
Go.
Vato! Go Doyers! The Latinx love me. My gardener Javier nicknamed me Caranito. It means he cares. Anyway, we brought a salad.
Oh.
It's a quinoa kale salad with a balsamic reduction.
Jennifer Aniston ate this every day on the set of Friends.
Well, bless your heart. I'm just going to go set this somewhere else.
Well, what'd I tell you?
They are exactly like you described them.
Thank you. That's so sweet.
I better go check on the ribs. You two have fun, you hear?
Ribs?
So I heard you guys moved back to California. Actually, is that true?
Oh, we did. But when we got there, squatters were in our homes, and by state law, we can't evict them for months. So we moved back.
That's horrible.
We had no real right to the house anyways, it being on the traditional and unceded homelands of the Tongva, Chumash, and Kitsch peoples.
Huh. Well, we are about to eat. So, we're going to say a few words.
A land use acknowledgement.
Grace.
I don't get it.
Pray.
Oh, like the emoji!
Exactly.
Oh.
Just like that. All right, everybody. Why don't you guys come on over? Let's take our hats off. Let's bow our heads now. Lord God, Heavenly Father,
Or mother.
we just pray, bless this meat we are about to eat in the name of Jesus.
Who was a person of color.
And everybody said,
Namaste.
Stays.
all right, let's get you guys some food, huh?
Remember to take a napkin? Remember to take a napkin? You need one of those? Oh, thank you so much for coming.
You know, this line might be a little bit too long. I'll get you something straight off the grill.
Oh, yes.
Hey, partner, what are we working with here?
Well, we got sausages, brisket, ribs, your choice.
Do you guys have any vegan options?
Oh, that's beyond impossible.
Great, we'll take either one of those.
What he means is, it's beyond impossible to find a vegan option at a Texas cookout.
Too bad.
Oh, I guess we'll just have a bun with some ketchup on it.
I can get that.
Great. It's gluten-free, right?
Sure.
Awesome. Oh, I'm gonna need you to eat all of this. I can still hear him crying sometimes in the middle of the night. I feel bad for him. But, you know, it's nice to have somebody new in the neighborhood, you know. Just California.
Excuse me, Samantha, have you seen my husband? He disappeared a little while ago and I'm starting to get worried.
Oh, well, why, sweetie? You think this is one of those get-out movie situations?
Of course not. Is it?
You know, I think I saw the fellas going around that side of the house. I'm sure Clay's just giving him a hard time.
Okay.
Who's y'all's favorite Batman?
Really, really good. This one came from...
What have you done?
Maybe it's not what it looks like.
Eating meat.
It was an accident. It means nothing to me. I just slipped and the meat fell into my mouth. It was crazy.
I don't even know you anymore.
Baby! Don't go. Not yet.
You gonna run after?
In a minute. I just haven't had real food in so long.
Oh, man. That's all right. Now you're home.
It's so good.
Just keep on going.
It's so good. So good.
So, you're not gonna talk to me for the rest of the ride home?
Not when there's still barbecue sauce on your face.
You know what? You're right. I was wrong. In fact, I don't even deserve to be in the car with you right now. I'm just gonna get out right here and walk the whole rest of the way home.
Oh, you mean right here by this Whataburger?
What? I didn't even see that Whataburger over there. Seriously, let me out.
What? Hey, folks, welcome to the program. Yes, it is April Fool's Day, but I want to set with you right up front, and I'm being totally serious. I know you're going to have a hard time believing that I'm being totally serious, and you're going to think I'm pranking you, but I'm not. The first few things I'm going to cover are just news stories you need to know about, some kind of factual stuff, and then we'll get into the April's Fool stuff. I'm telling you the truth, and I am not setting you up. I know some of you are going to believe that I'm setting you up. Right? Yeah. Boy, didn't that barbecue look good? We're getting into where it's going to warm up. Cooking outside. Good barbecue. By the way, do you like beef barbecue or pork barbecue? What's your dandy? And oh, by the way, you saw this stuff about Kristi Noem's husband dressing up with fake 42 double D plastic boobies and pink stuff. Wow. Not that anybody's private life is anybody else's business, but apparently Kristi didn't know. Wow. What a kick in the cooch, right? Dang. Anyway, so this edition is going to be, it's that day again. It's April Fool's. I'm going to give you the history of why we even have these April Fool's Day to begin with. Today's program is brought to you by the fine folks at Goldco. I'm tempted to do a joke here and say, if you respond now, everybody gets free gold. But that would be an April Fool's joke, and I'm not doing that. But what I am doing is I'm encouraging you to go to JovanLovesGold.com. Request your free gold and silver kit today because now is the time to protect your money with gold and silver. It's not about swapping out your retirement accounts or anything like that. It is literally about feeding your brain and understanding what's coming because they are going to change over to a digital dollar and there's probably going to be a down round. Somebody says it's their big brother's birthday today. Wow, must be weird having a birthday once every 4 years. We're going to explain historically why that happens. But anyway, folks, go to JovanLovesGold.com, right? And request your free gold and silver kit today. Please do it. Please do it. Please do it. Please do it. And yeah, that last little bit was the Babylon Bee. They do great stuff. Do you know, even though I grew up basically a farm boy living in the city or whatever the case may be, but, family with cattle, hunting, killing everything in sight, eating it. I guess from the time I was 20, oh man, would it have been 20? I guess it was about 20. From the time I was 20 until I was 34, I was vegan. Not a religious vegan where I won't wear leather boots or anything like that. I just didn't, and this is true, I didn't eat beef or whatever, or, anything like that. And I can remember I struggled, and then we're only laughing about the Babylon Bee thing. I struggled. It was so very hard when I decided to go back that I couldn't even get a boiled egg down. It was tough. And I kind of used to be a little bit mean about it. People would say, "Don't you eat eggs?" I said, "Why would I eat a chicken abortion?" I have to say I was kind of a dick about it. But so I know how those people feel, right? I know how that goes. Anyway, share this program. I'm going to give you some serious news first, and then we're going to have a few laughs at stuff going on, right? For for April Fool's Day. And no, I wasn't punishing myself when I went vegan. I just thought it was the thing to do. I was, in many ways, a high performance athlete preparing for the ROM, which is the race across America, where you bike, the 3,000 miles roughly, up hills, down hills, through the Rockies, the whole bit from coast to coast. It was just a far better performance method for me, super meg carbohydrates and stuff, a lot of fruit, whatever, than the meat stuff. For me, it's interesting how protein reacts with me. Is if I started lifting weights again, I can bulk up super fast. My body is just very in tune to it. Shirts won't fit or whatever. And so I've always stayed away from that because I don't want to be the muscle bound thing, because my body will do it. That's about it, right? So that was it. I didn't pray to vegetables or anything like that. Maybe it was a rebellious time in my life. Who the hell knows? I don't. Share this program. We'll get started in about 3 minutes.
Not fixing 2020 will damn our nation forever. The historic Maricopa County full forensic audit effort processed 20,895,610 digital and forensic images of varying formats, resulted in 208 million individual evidence-proof files. The system processed over 58 billion forensic measurements, resulting in over 2 trillion individual base computations. No hopium, no hype, just hardcore forensic evidence. Please make sure the Maricopa County full forensic audit archives survive. Donate now. So if you want what happened in the 2020 election fixed, then please donate to protect and secure this historic evidence.
Warning. The following program has been rated Dilligaff and is intended for open-minded audiences. If the truth offends you, or if you are allergic to focused intensity, intellectual athleticism, or the occasional F-bomb or even irreverent humor, please switch off now. If your delicate sensibilities need to be worried about or addressed, might we recommend the Underwater Basket Weaving channel to you? Otherwise, sit back, enjoy the wisdom, insight, and wicked sense of humor.
Cut the crap. How many times a day do you want to say that to politicians, the elite, the loony liberals, the fake news media, and the gender-confused, emotional socialist snowflake crowd? Cut the crap is your secret weapon for fighting for our freedoms and our great republic. It all begins with a massive mental enema, freeing you from the toxic news and politically correct views, which constipate your consciousness with stinking thinking. Your host, Jovan Hutton Pulitzer. He's known for calling out politicians and telling them to cut the crap. You've seen him on virtually every television network and listened to him on Coast to Coast Radio. And now he's here to help you learn to fight for America. Culture, race, and American politics. They all have one thing in common. They all need to cut the crap. Now, here's your host, Jovan Hutton Pulitzer.
Okay, folks, we're back. It's that day again, April's Fools. I've done this for you. I have no tricks for you. Zero. And I decided not to do any tricks for you because we have some serious news to cover first that's relevant that you played a part in. And then, we'll talk about April Fools and how it started. Do you remember how recently I said you should, if you want to watch a few inspiring movies, there's a documentary called The Long Ride. It's about a young kid who decides to ride from Canada, Alberta, Canada, all the way down to the Americas, Mexico, South America, into Central America, into Brazil. Really good. And he kind of finds himself along the way, right? Another one is I said you should watch the movie Legion. It's an older movie, Legion. But when you think about what we're going through, especially when people's minds can be hijacked, liberal minds, and they can be just totally hijacked. It's just a great analogy that shows what's going on today. Well, I want to drop with you one other. I love this program. I'm not Yeah, I'll do series and whatever every now and then. It's maybe, like forensic files, something I can learn something from. But primarily, if I'm going to watch something, I'm going to watch something where I can learn. And by the way, yeah, you'll see little boobs on my heads and cuts on my face. It's tractor and woods time. It's that time of year, getting family farms and stuff ready, right? Pruning, planting, all kinds of stuff. So you'll probably see me for the next 2 days. And I'm not wearing pajamas. I'm just wearing a top, socks, and a smile. No, can you see the color? It's kind of a pale, wimpy green Easter color. I decided I'll just stay in my Easter color. But it is a thermal kind of long john top. I guess you could call it pajamas. Some people sleep in these things. I don't. I work in them. Anyway, I want to share something with you that I really like. It's a blog, but I guess it's a documentary too. It has multiple seasons, and there's just so many incredible ideas in it. You watch this lady here on the screen, right? And while her husband works the garden, they have a phenomenal garden. If you want to understand a yard as a food forest, it's this couple. They're in Azerbaijan, right? And it's amazing. And they live off the land and lived off their garden. If you want to just, and here's what it's called. It's called the Rustic Table. And I guess they just put out a book, right? But it's called the Rustic Table. There is absolutely no dialogue. You just watch in this beautiful countryside as they prepare dishes in the traditional way. And it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. So if you want to get something wholesome, you want to see what living off the land looks like, not the I'm Tarzan in the forest or whatever, stuff like that. Just people living off the land and growing their stuff. I would highly recommend you watch this. Right? And they got yards running around, cats and dogs and rabbits and stuff. They've got like these pet ravens. Yeah. And she'll be cutting meat up or whatever. And the raven will come beg for a piece of meat, and she'll give the raven a piece of meat, and it rides around there. It's just really interesting. So if you ever get a chance to find this, you can find it like on Roku channel, etc., other places. It's just called the Rustic Table, right? And it's very well worth watching. Now, the first bit of news I want to give you, and I just want to tell you, this is not April Fool's in any way, any fashion. And yes, I know I tweak with you and screw with your mind. But this particular part is not. Going back in time, you, meaning you, are what got the full forensic audit done in Arizona to begin with. And I just want to remind you of a few things. I never made a proposal or asked to audit anything. How I came into this, and again, I told you there's two parts to the program today. I'm going to just update you on some things, and then we'll talk about April Fool's. This is not April Fool's. What I did is I inherently knew when looking at things that happened with the election, it was off, saw all the irregularities about stop voting and shutting down and just all this crap. I knew something was wrong. When in very quick order, it's all about the mail-in ballots, and I start seeing stuff come in and there's no folds, I knew, wait a minute, that's just stupid as crap. And I knew you could detect the state of the paper by whether there was a fold or not. And that's, I came out, I did a video, and I said, this is just really easy to deal with. They're either mail-in ballots or they aren't. And a mail-in ballot will be folded in an exact location, and it can be detected. And through forensics, you can see if it went through the actual mailing systems or not. Even it's called franking. When you put an envelope in the postal system, and they print their little barcodes even on that envelopes, it is detectable all the way through it, believe it or not, with forensics. So you can tell if it even ran through the right equipment, even if it is the right ballot, but say it was never mailed, they used it differently, which would just point out nefarious things. So I did a video, and at that same time, I got a call from the White House saying, hey, look, you're Mr. QR code. They're your patents. People are saying their QR codes are changing, blah, blah, blah. Can you look at us and tell us what this is? And I looked at it and I said, they're not being changed. Here's why. Here's what they're using them for. So that's how I got involved in this. Well, that video went viral of me just explaining what I dubbed kinematic artifact detection, right? Kinematic means the study of movement. Artifacts means the things left over. The fold is the artifact, like a thumbprint's an artifact, and create a system to do it. And I said, I could actually develop systems to see this and audit this. And that took off like wildfire. And it was you who got that done. The system did not want it to happen. And the system had never looked at every single ballot in an election ever. The rig was always, well, you can look at a few and we'll choose these. Nobody had ever looked at a full general election, every single ballot, every single transaction from top to bottom. Well, we got it. We did it. I don't have to go back into history, and we had to push, and you had to fight for it. And 60,000 of you made a difference, calling in, emailing in, and we got it done. And then when they found out, because they have spies everywhere, what we were really finding, they went batshit crazy. I want you to understand the fact that as we're getting ready to release what was actually found, at the same time, magically out of nowhere, this thing came up called the Cyber Symposium. And we're going to release all this stuff, which they never did. That was a direct counterbalance to make sure people didn't pay attention to the paper. So it's been a very, very, very long fight. Okay? Very long fight. But thank God that I have patents on the technology. I'm able to talk about it, and they couldn't stop that. And therefore, the truth, they ran the ballots in a month after the election. That's what did it. None of them were in secrets, 165,000 state and federal felonies. None of the data matched of what they reported, because you don't go on theories. But of course, at the whole time, everybody's telling you, it's the machines, it's the machines, it's the machines, melt them to prison bars. As we get back heading into this stuff, because it's been a fight for years, and the midterms are coming, and I'm educating you, here's how they do it. And by the way, they're going back verifying their voters. And I've always told you, it's people, paper, and programs. People, paper, and programs. And then the whole system's telling you, no, it's machines in Venezuela and Serbia and just all this shit, which means nothing in the elections because you can't do it. Anyway, so it's been a very, very long fight, and we now have the midterms coming up. Unbeknownst to you, that fight has been going on inside in very, very, very deep channels to combat this deception that it's the machines. President Trump is a smart man. President Trump is attacked from every single angle. But he's smart. And so you may have saw this yesterday come out. I want to play it for you, and then I just want to talk about it just real quick.
So with all of that, I'm very happy to be signing the voter integrity, and I think it's going to be really great. So if you don't mind, I will take some time, and I'll make this signature absolutely perfect. So it looks very good. So far, so good. Okay, so that's a big deal. Very proud of it. And I don't know how it can be challenged. You'll probably challenge it. You may find a rogue judge. You get a lot of rogue judges, very bad people, very bad judges. But that's the only way that can be changed, and hopefully we'll win an appeal if it is. But I don't see how anybody can challenge it. I don't see how they can challenge it. And remember, it's about voter integrity. We want to have honest voting in our country. Because if you don't have honest voting, you can't have really a nation, if you want to know the truth. Howard, I'll give that to you. Do you have any questions, please?
Yes.
Okay. So you saw that occur yesterday. You're hearing a lot of change in it's voter integrity, honest, transparent elections, not free and fair elections. Even all that's going away. I want to explain to you how this works, what's going on, etc. You know, you did a very hard campaign regarding burn the voter rolls under the critical infrastructure issue in the system. So I want to tell you, you and every one of you that shared that made a significant difference. Now, everything has to be massaged. When it comes to the government or anything, one of these things come out and then they really, really, really have to noodle it because they know they're going to get sued. And so they have to really finesse what's the easiest way to do this. And especially since the SAVE Act is not being deployed. And yes, we all shared burn the voter rolls, and you did a phenomenal job. And I remind you, Lindell and team and all those guys went around, and we're going to melt them to prison bars. Don't worry about the voter rolls. It's like sweeping a dirt floor, do nothing. The deception on this has been off the charts. Here's what's going on. The order has now been signed under which you saw, if you remember the article I published, you can have certain requirements, and the president can enact these requirements, and that if the states don't do them, then they basically lose their federal funds. That is the power that the president has. Now, the issue is always, and where the big loophole is, it's not the machines, folks. It is the mail-in ballots. And they go 1 and 1 because, remember, you don't get a mail-in ballot unless it exists in the voter rolls. What I talked with President Trump about, and, we sat down. You normally get, 3 or 4 minutes with the president in passing. It's for 96 minutes going through this. So it all goes back to the voter rolls. And you got to use every power in the world to obliterate the voter rolls. Well, of course, anything like that, you're going to have all the attorneys in the White House and everybody else kind of go batshit crazy, right? And so it doesn't really matter what I educate on and show the numbers on. And what the president knows, hands down, he knows where it is. It's how do you navigate the system? How are you able to do this? So what you're seeing in that executive order is using the correct methodology at the federal level, right? And I want to, here's the deal. If you keep on saying the machines, our elections are gone forever. I just want to let you know. If you keep on repeating those words, it's the machines, our elections are over forever. Because you got to think linearly. Everybody wants you to look here in the machines, but it happens back here because they got to load it with ammo. If you want to focus on the gun, focus on the gun. I want to focus on the ammo because that's what kills people. So if you keep on repeating the machines time again and time again and time again and time again, you have been drafted into an army to completely undermine election integrity. They can't do anything in the machine without the preloaded verification back here. And that's the voter rolls, the mail-in ballots, the early ballots, the drop boxes. And that's all before it hits the machines. But if you want to keep on saying the machines, everybody around you is going to hear it and they're going to keep repeating it. And we're never going to win. I just want to let you know. It's just like saying, it's the Jews. People have been drafted into a war. They don't know it. Right? Don't mention the word machine systems. Don't mention the word machine. Do not mention the word machine. Don't mention the word machine in any form or fashion. Because the moment you do that, it moves into a different category. Period, 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 period. People, paper, programs. People, paper, programs. The machine is a dumb instrument. That's how they wrote the law. Keep on saying it and make sure your grandchildren are communist or worse, Islamic. You choose. You choose. No matter how much I love you, you choose. So you're going to lose federal funds. Here is how it's working strategically, how it could be done in a way to create. There's always going to be lawsuits. President Trump's going to look left and they're going to lawsuit. Okay? Period. 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 So we've got to take the wins as we can get the wins, and we're going to focus on this win. The executive order has come down, which can be done, for each state to require their administrators of the elections to produce a list of voters in their state who have been confirmed to be a citizen and have the right to vote. Do you understand that wording? I'm going to say it again. I want you to listen exceptionally carefully. And if you want to smother it with a pillow, might I recommend don't bring that up in this program. This is too mission critical. Don't do it. The states are required to produce a list of all of the voters on their voter rolls who have been confirmed that they actually have the right to vote and are citizens. Are you understanding? So now the states just have to create a list. These are our approved, confirmed voters. Now, I want you to understand something. If that list is submitted and it's bullshit, they have executed another crime. I actually think it's genius to work around. So now the states, in order to get their funding, right, they have to produce a list from their voter rolls that have the ability to get a mail-in ballot or anything like that that confirms they are, in fact, do have this right. So it's going to be created in a list under the Department of Homeland Security. And it's about who is eligible to vote in each state. It is going to be matched to the Social Security Administration. So the state, in order to get their funding, must turn over a list. Here is every voter that has the right to vote in our state. We certify it. They are real, and they can vote in our election and get a ballot. And it's done under the direction of Department of Homeland Security and the Social Security Administration, and it's being checked. At the same time, pay attention. The barcoding system on the envelopes will have a modification. The modification on those envelopes will say, yes, this does come from the list they submitted, and it is not the old list. which is another form. If you try to fake it, you've committed a felony. That barcode has unique tracking abilities over and above everything else. CP, it's satellite track, detectable, QRS. No, bullshit. It will have a unique way to track it with a barcode. The states must provide their list, no matter what, in 60 days, or they will lose their funding. Period. You did this. You did this. Now, if you want to become an agent for the other side and you want to make sure this gets killed, you keep on using the word machines in every post you do about elections. But it is the machines. Tell you what, you want to post about a machine, you post it when you audited a fucking machine. Personally, show me the data, give me your expertise. I did a machine and here it is. Otherwise, don't utter it unless you want to kill America. I'm just letting you know. If you want to fight that pillow fight, if you want to mention foreign countries, if you want to mention, well, it's prison bars, I want to tell you right now, here's what you should do. Start learning Chinese, go legally register as a Democrat, so at least you're honest. Begin to understand your religion's going to be Islamic. And then you go on about your merry way, at least being true to who you are and what you are. But everybody who is repeating this mantra that has been seeded and fed you, you have been hijacked. You have been hijacked to fight for the other side. And if you accept that, we have free will. On the other side of the equation, people that actually understand it's people, paper, and programs, you can't even print the paper without what? Machines. You can't put them in the voter rolls without what? All the machines. You can't literally run a program without having a what? Machine. You're saying it already. Get your shit together. This is too far in the fight, 5.5 years later, to still be talking about the machines. But see, that's what they're focusing on, and that's what they need you to say, and that's why it's huge making a comeback. President Trump has sidestepped that. I'm so flustered right now, I can't believe it. Has sidetracked that. This is the clearest path for getting a thing done. All the same states are going to bitch. It doesn't matter what it is. But it has teeth. It is real. It can be done. And it actually creates 4 more ways to audit the elections just based on simple reporting and contractual requirements that were never there before. This is monumental. I'm sorry I get so emotional about this, but if you understand the toll it took on my family, my life, our finances, all kinds of stuff, the burdens we have to bury just keeping evidence, which is unfucking bearable. Sorry, but it is. Right? It's just like a stab to the heart when people can still not understanding the simple rule of it's a war of words. Let me regain my composure. Stab to the heart. Just give me a minute. This is a major win. Let me just regain my composure. Be right back.
smart patriot who's opened doors. You are courage, you're our voice. Jovan, we thank you for what you're fighting for. You're our warrior. You are brave like a lion. You're David fighting Goliath, couldn't ask for more. You're our warrior. Think of what you've done for you, for me, for our country. You'll go down in history.
Okay, I'm back. Thank you for that. I just had to kind of regain my composure. This war's not over yet. We have a long way to go. God bless everybody who has helped prepare the archives, but we still have a very long way to go to be able to save them. We have a long way to go. We still have to reach that end game, I'm letting you know. A few other things I want to share with you. One, this is true. It is not built. It is true, though. This is what the plans for the Trump Presidential Library looks like. Pretty nice, isn't it? It's going to be a great thing. People are saying that it's April Fool's. No, it's actually legitimate, right? It's actually legitimate, etc. So I just want to kind of give you a pre-look, and I'm going to do two things before we get to the April Fool's stuff. Took me a minute. Super Buff says, I like what Trump is doing, but why has he and the DOJ not started mass prosecutions to many DAs, AGs, Secretary of State is cleared, covered up election crimes? FBI is sitting on tons of evidence. I don't know what you think. FBIs are sitting on tons of evidence. I don't know what you think. And by the way, God bless you and thank you. It all goes to election, keeping the archives safe, getting to the end game we have to get to. And this is all a big part of it. We have to get to the end game. Period. Now, I want to just kind of take what you said, Buff, and I want to kind of unpack it. There are laws on the books that basically state the voter rolls have to be real, right? Some of the loopholes in this is when states certify their elections, they're only certifying what somebody told them. That lets them off the hook. Well, the person in charge told me this, I certified that. What you keep on thinking is evidence out there, aside from forensic work, is not evidence. There is so much hearsay. You can even show videos of people bringing stuff in. That is not evidence. Okay? Yes, Ruby Freeman and her admission is questionable, and you have video showing overrun, but I want you to understand she said she's kidding. The overruns were basically, oh, it was just a boo-boo. And then Biden gave her a Presidential Medal of Freedom. That was coverage. You got to understand it. Okay? What I want you to understand that you might not be that you might not understand is, yes, the people are required to do things by law. Now, that by law has typically been, and I probably should have done this as a separate show, but that by law is they're attesting what was reported to me, I am certifying. They always push it off on other people. They always push it off on the machines. You and everybody that said the machines gave them cover to continually to push it off. By the way, Penny, thank you for that. Thank you. It all goes to making sure we save these archives for when they're needed. But I want to let you know something. Everybody who did that dance, it's the machines, oh, don't do the voter rolls, it's just, is cover, psychological warfare cover, period. And so many of you participated. And to this day, not only do you still participate, you still follow those people like they're going to tell you something different, and they're not. Let me just ask you a question. If there's laws on the books, and for 5 years they're saying, well, I didn't know that was there. We did it right. We certified it. And they can always push it down to the lowest denominator. Let me ask you a question. If you required a state to say these are legal, not deal with bad ones, not deal with bad ones, not deal with bad ones, not deal with questionable ones, not deal with illegal ones, not deal with dead ones, not adversarial. Just, you want to get your check. We just need you to confirm on your rolls who have you verified that's legal and appropriate. That becomes basically a certified signed on transaction. Certified signed on transaction. Certified signed on transaction. Okay? Now you've got a brand new line of signatures after all of this teaching. Yeah, you see my blood pressure go up because people still mention the machines. No, but it was this and this person. No matter how much I've taught. This creates a very unique paper trail of elected officials at the top and then everybody who touches the list. If somebody at that now top level to comply with a federal request in a certification method puts anything there that's a lie or bullshit, you understand they instantly committed a federal crime. It's an impenetrable layer of absolute confirming of what's being done. Please understand what it is. There's nothing out there to prosecute on except the physical evidence. There is nothing out there to prosecute on. You tell me what you think is out there to prosecute on, and I don't want to really get too far in this because this only came up as a comment, and I told you the show's dynamic. It's kind of like lining up the people you suspect, making them swear, not just a general piece of paper with evidence. State has 1 million people in the world. It's 1 million statements of attestment to something that's never been attested to before. The voter rolls. Ever. You see why this is such a massive warfare win? Mims Mac, thank you so very much. God bless you. It all goes to every bit of it. God bless you. So I want you to understand the difference. And and the answer you have, why haven't they prosecuted AGs and whatever? Because they've never had the ability to do it down to the person. What you're seeing is now knowing how it's done combined with, okay, if you think they're great, put your name on the line, and this is what we're going to tie it to. Remember, they're driven by money. They don't want to not get those fundings. Okay, then you say they're great. Produce it. Here it is. It's federal mandate. Just sign on the dotted line. They're real and confirmed. For me, this is a monumental movement. It's going to create all kinds of hell. And you're going to hear more and more and more and more about the machines. Now, one other thing before we get to, right? And by the way, it's different. It's not just perjury. It's what happens in doing that for a federal request. Something totally different, okay? But it's a win. And I want you to know your persistence, your persistence of being consistent and pushing back on the crap and talking about people, paper, and programs and not buying the shit of all this other stuff, you see where it's directly focused. The paper and how we handle our voter rolls. You did that. You've won again. You won with getting the audit. You've won again. Yes, I get beat all the shit teaching people this. That's fine. Now, I want to warn you of something else that is developing right now because it's going to be a long holiday weekend, supposedly with some people on vacation and stuff. I want to let you know right now. Okay, and you got to understand, just certify who's real is probably even as good. I have to admit it, from legal strategy, it's even better than just eliminate them and start again. It's interesting. It creates an incredible legal transaction. Anyway, I just wanted to say you made this happen. Your consistency of knowing what truth is made it happen. The president is a smart man. He knows what's going on. There's a lot of warfare, and nobody's perfect. And this is still a war, and it still has to get done. All this, I think Oregon or some of these states already sued. It's going to be a fight. That's why I told you when it comes to protecting the full forensic archives, why we got to get all the way through year-end 27. It's going to be a very long fight. Now, with that said, I want to prep you on one thing that's coming your way. Over this long holiday, you're going to see a lot of stuff about foreign countries. You're going to see people you trust questioning President Trump's integrity or even his mind state. All psychological warfare. You still got this Jewish stuff, all psychological warfare, Jews and Christian and whatever. It's all psychological warfare. Don't fall for it. But you're about to see something coming out saying that Candace, who has been filling your head with shit, has been right. So I want to arm you with dispelling this immediately. And there is no coincidence it's coming out over this long weekend where families gather. It is no coincidence, I'm going to say it again, that it is coming out where families gather, and we'll be talking about this shit. You're going to see a lot of people rush to say Candace was right. Candace was right. Candace was right. Candace was right. Now, what they're going to be talking about. What they're going to be talking about is a report that just got released. Wow. Cody, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, all of you guys, for that generous tip donation, which all goes to election integrity. Here's what's coming over the horizon. I want you to be aware of it. I want you to understand how it's going to work. And I want you to understand why it's designed to be released on this weekend. You've got this, because remember, we're at April Fool's, which basically means we're headed to Easter. You understand that, right? And you're about to have your Easter holiday. You're seeing all this stuff about, well, they're not going to let Christians in Israel go to the church and whatever. And no. You got to understand, Israel has a responsibility to protect everybody there. Israel has a responsibility to protect everybody. They know they can't, even for Israeli citizens. It's the first time it's ever happened. You got to understand this. Now, you know that the psychological warfare has been, well, Israel killed Charlie Kirk, got a poo-poo, and all that other shit. Okay? Here's the deal. The reports have come out that now they haven't let Erica Kirk see all the data regarding the investigation, regarding Charlie, regarding the autopsy, etc. She's had to sue to be able to see those things, and you think as a wife she should be able to see it. Coffee Gal, thank you so very much for that generous tip. Thank you. That all of those donations go directly to election integrity. It's keeping this going, keeping this education going, keeping every bit of it. We're all about election integrity. So on April 17th, she's finally now going to have her day in court and be able to see those things for the first time. That's a big deal. Now, what you're about to see, holy smokes. God bless you guys. Hang on. God bless you, right? And thank you for supporting our work and everything. God bless you. J-Lo, God bless you. 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 These donations all are what make sure we keep our election integrity work going, full forensic archives and the whole bit. We have to hit those numbers. President Trump and these people can't jump in. That taints the evidence, the whole bit. God bless you just for what you do. You're going to see a report coming out. It's being spun in the media, and two things are happening at one time. It's being spun in the left. You're going to see conservative podcasters spin it, and they're going to try to use it to validate Candace. And there is no update on Tina Peters other than she was set up. She is in prison. It was done by design, and President Trump can't stop it. That's your update. I did 18 hours of programming on it to show you how it was done and what they did. That's the update. That's the update. I wish I could sell you a little hopium or not. She was not prosecuted under federal law. She was prosecuted under state law. They have her. That operation ran smoothly. She was intentionally picked, set up, and they do it. That's it. Change my mind otherwise. Area, God bless you. Thank you for that. Okay. You're going to see a report coming out, and you're going to see it trying to support Candace. It's directly related to hate Israel and all this other stuff, and the government's bad. That's the chaos. You're going to hear stories that the bullet that was taken out of Charlie's body does not match the weapon they tied to, what's his name? Whatever the kid's name is, right? You're going to see that. You're going to see his defense try to use this. Okay? Tyler Robinson. Tyler Robinson. And yeah, I'm worn out. I am worn out. And at the moment, and it's just not, people not even understanding how they weaponize this to machines. Yes, it just momentarily wore me out. But here's what I want you to know. You're going to hear a story that Candace was right. It was all faked. You're already predisposed to do that. They used the Kennedy assassination and everybody finally learning the truth to now weaponize it again. They're basically going to say the bullet does not match. That is not correct. And remember, I told you it's all about words. Remember, I told you it's all about words. From that particular rifle, hunting rifle, this is a standard effect of a hunting rifle. The bullet fractures and obliterates. So when that Model 98 Mauser, 30-06, whatever, those bullets, if any of you have ever hunted, you don't find those bullets. You might find little pieces. Now, the way they track in forensics the bullet, which is different than a pistol, right? Or, compare and contrast to a pistol. Inside the barrel, there are what's called rifling. It's what makes the bullet spin away. And there are, everybody has different versions for every time it comes off the line in the gun. That's the rifling part, which makes it a trackable item. Okay? It stabilizes the bullet and makes it a trackable item. Okay? And wow, Dorchin, thank you so very much. God bless you. 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 Every bit, it supports all of our efforts, no matter what it is. Election integrity, top to bottom, full forensic audit archives. Thank you. So what you're going to see is reports say that Candace was right. There was another shooter involved because the bullet doesn't match the weapon. That is 100% a lie based on word exclusions. Now, forensics is an exact science. It's why we used it, creating forensic investigating techniques to audit the audit in Arizona that is surrounded by forensics, because it is what it is, what it is, what it is. It's not opinion. It is what it is, what it is, what it is. It's not opinion. So the ATF has released, and here's how it's worded from ATF, but it is not how the media is wording it. It says the preliminary, and they're having a preliminary hearing, by the way. ATF has said the analysis was inconclusive. This is the appropriate legal language to use in court cases. It's inconclusive. It requires forensics to have it 100% bang on. You understand what I'm saying? It must be 100% bang on. There can be no margin for error. It's called 5.9 dependability. That means 0.99999. That's the same dependability as when you flip on a light switch, you expect the light to come on. Okay? Rhodes, thank you. God bless you for that generous donation there. God bless you. God bless you. Right? And every one of you that help fight this fight and go, God bless you. Right? And it's just a sad truth that, we've got to do this on their own, etc. And Newhouse, you too. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. ATF has said they cannot conclusively say this is the bullet that came from Tyler's, or whatever his name is, Tyler's rifle. What that also means is we cannot say this bullet did not in fact come from the rifle. It's actually saying both things. And it's because the fragment that was left that ricocheted off Charlie's bones. That ricocheted off Charlie's bones is multi-fragmented. So there was not enough real estate on the bone, on the bullet. There was not enough real estate on the bullet to be able to see the identifying, confirming rifling grooves to confirm it to the weapon. That's it. You're going to see that be used against you trying to validate Candace. You're going to see uneducated people say, I told you it was a freaking Israeli sniper and whatever, right? You're going to see that all over the place. It's going to be disgusting. And this is, part of the hack that it's being released now on a long holiday. Wow. KT, God bless you. God bless you. And again, it's 100% everything for election integrity to keep it going, to keep the file safe, to keep the archives going. God bless you. And Robbie, God bless you. Thank you. God bless you. God bless every one of you. And this is like for the Trump stuff. It's you that made the difference. The way you push back on what's coming, is you understand all they said is we can't say it did come from the gun, but we also can't say it didn't come from the gun, only because there's not enough real estate left on the fractured piece that we were able to recover. It's not. You can't put them together, and that is designed intentionally in a hunting rifle bullet. That is why you have hollow pots and soft points. It expands instantly on impact. When it hits bones, it becomes something else. And so the forensics rely on the very microscopic marks to be able to do it. This is standard when a hunting rifle is used and the bullet impacts bones. Periodically. It does not mean or suggest in any way it came from a different gun. It does not mean or suggest in any way it came from a different gun. It just says it couldn't do it. Now, here's what you do need to know. Let's take that shattered bullet. The spent shell casing from the shooting site did match 100%. It matched the firing pin imprint. It matched the extractor imprint. And it matched the ejector marks 100%. Got it? 100%. The DNA on the rifle, towel, and other stuff match 100%. Now, the defense is going to try to use this to get out, but here's the deal. You're going to start hearing wrong gun stage, multiple shooters. Don't fall for it. If you want to let that shit in your brain, let that shit in your brain. But the fact that this has been released on this holiday is very telling. And the fact that now Candace is going to run with another. See, Candace was right all the time. Do not fall for it. Okay? Do not fall for the distraction, which allows me to get to, oh yeah, and you forgot his confession and why he did it, and photos and video and all kinds of other shit, but that's okay. It's all to confuse the issue. Now to April Fools. I'm going to show you a few videos that I think are good. And then we're going to talk about where does it come from.
As you know, the dog operations unit, we've used Labradors and Shepherds for many years quite successfully, but we've always felt there's been a bit of a gap in our capabilities. So we're really, really enthusiastic about announcing this new squad, the small area urban search and guided evacuation dogs. And what this is going to do is really be able to give us a new element of what we can offer up the South Australian community. So it's been really hard work lifting those 40-kilo shepherds, especially above your head into ceiling spaces and things like that. Because of the size of these guys, we can chuck them into ceilings, up on top of cupboards, let them have a good look around there. Not only that, because they're obviously a little bit challenged vertically, we can chuck them under cars, under covers and things like that. We're also going to be able to attach them to drones, which is, that's really a game changer for us. They're going to be able to be tactically deployed from that, drop down into people's yards and things like that. We're really excited about it and we think it's going to be an absolute game changer.
I think that's awesome. When you think about, for April Fools putting out something like that, I think that's great. I think that's great. Right? I think that's great. And besides, if you are of a mind, you absolutely know that wiener dogs can't do that. They're only used to detect crimes where, in fact, a wiener was used. I mean, come on, everybody knows that shit. There was a time when the networks and the states and everything else had a sense of humor that they would, in fact, hey, orange man good, globalist bad, God bless you. God bless you. God, every one of you guys, God bless you for everything you do to support election integrity. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Denise, God bless you. Yep, don't fall for that shit that they're going to put out there. Try to step back and put it in. God bless you in many ways. And thank you. And God has blessed you in many ways. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. But there was a time when media and states would do this before everybody became fucked up snowflakes and everything else. Let me show you one of the earliest ones, right? Way back when, where a country decided to put out a good one.
It isn't only in Britain that spring this year has taken everyone by surprise. Here, in the Ticino, on the borders of Switzerland and Italy, the slopes overlooking Lake Lugano have already burst into flower, at least a fortnight earlier than usual. But what, you may ask, has the early and welcome arrival of bees and blossom to do with food? Well, it's simply that the past winter, one of the mildest in living memory, has had its effect in other ways as well. Most important of all, it's resulted in an exceptionally heavy spaghetti crop. The last 2 weeks of March are an anxious time for the spaghetti farmer. There's always the chance of a late frost, which, while not entirely ruining the crop, generally impairs the flavor and makes it difficult for him to obtain top prices in world markets. But now these dangers are over and the spaghetti harvest goes forward. Spaghetti cultivation here in Switzerland is not, of course, carried out on anything like the tremendous scale of the Italian industry. Many of you, I'm sure, will have seen pictures of the vast spaghetti plantations in the Po Valley. For the Swiss, however, it tends to be more of a family affair. Another reason why this may be a bumper year lies in the virtual disappearance of the spaghetti weevil, the tiny creature whose depredations have caused much concern in the past. After picking, the spaghetti is laid out to dry in the warm alpine sun. Many people are often puzzled by the fact that spaghetti is produced at such uniform length, but this is the result of many years of patient endeavor by plant breeders who've succeeded in producing the perfect spaghetti. And now, the harvest is marked by a traditional meal. Toasts to the new crop are drunk in these poccolinos, and then the waiters enter bearing the ceremonial dish. And it is, of course, spaghetti, picked earlier in the day, dried in the sun, and so brought fresh from garden to table at the very peak of condition. For those who love this dish, there's nothing like real homegrown spaghetti.
That's back when we had a sense of humor. That's back when countries and people in newscasts could have a sense of humor and could pull their prank. I love it. I wish we could go back to those times. And by the way, Orange Man, good, globalist Blad, God bless you. God bless you. Conray, God bless you. And yes, now's the time to get spaghetti seeds. God bless every one of you that bless our program with your support. 100% of everything we do, full forensic archives or whatever, everything goes to just protecting that full forensic archives so they're there. And I just want to let you know, you even heard today, you made a difference with just understanding what the executive order is and what President Trump did. You are what makes that happen. Always have been, always will be. Thank God we have a president who understands where the real issues are and those damn mail-in ballots and stuff. Just thank you. And I've had these discussions at the highest levels, and they know what they're dealing with, and they know that the EAC, the Election Assistance Commission, is bullshit and it's crap from the inside. And they know it, and their hands are tied that way. And I am just so impressed that every one of you helped make this happen, talking about the right things that actually move the legal ball that can save this country. And that's why you're the smartest patriot in the rooms, and even talking to the officials responsible for it. They'll tell you, they won't, even at the level of managing it, and I'm not going to disclose any names, saying they won't even give us any information. Imagine being in charge of something and put in the position by President Trump and finding out that all the people down below just aren't going to cooperate and refuse. That's how bad this is, right? Anyway, I thought you would like that. I thought you'd like that April Fool's that was done, right? This one I thought was very funny. That is so funny. He actually scared the shit out of the guy there to pick up the garbage and stuff, right? Here's another I thought was very funny.
Hello?
Let me set this up. This is a professor, college professor, and the college professor says, if you have your ringer on during class and it rings, you're going to put it on speaker and you're going to answer it. The students, well, I think they got them back pretty good.
Hello? Yes?
Okay, you might want to.
Okay, you. Call back later. Okay.
Hey, I want to publicly apologize.
That's okay.
I'm very sorry.
I've been expecting this, and
Okay.
I already know what I'm going to name the baby. The first name will be April, and the middle name will be Fool.
I will treasure it. You can't understand the internal relief
So the prank was she had one of her friends play like it was a clinic, telling her she was pregnant, knowing she didn't really expect it. The dad wasn't in the situation anymore, but they could help her take care of that too. And of course, the professor is just crumbling that, no, go ahead and take that one private. I thought that was very well done. Here's one of a dad, right? Here's one of a dad playing an April Fool's joke on his daughters.
Hey, girls, can you tell me what day it is? Can you tell me the date? Got him.
Of course, he wakes them up for school every day. That time it occurred on a weekend. He wakes, get ready for school, and runs them through everything, and they run through their showers and getting cleaned up and their makeup and everything. When there's 3 girls in the house, imagine what a nightmare that is. To let them go out, stand by the car, be right out, only to let them know, what are you doing? I thought that was priceless. For me, humor is a way for me to deal with stress and pain. You probably know that about me. It's just a way for me to deal with stress and pain. Right? And by the way, if you ever want to use that code, up on the screen here to support the archives, just take your phone out. It'll give you a link and go. Cool invention. Trackable code. Very interesting. Anyway. And some of you are saying I'd never forgive him, right? Humor for me is just a great way to kind of relieve the stress. And yeah, the stress in my own work has been unbelievable. And so that's kind of why I had to explain to somebody the other day. It's kind of why, I'll kid with you, I'll poke fun at you. But it's also why I get to the point at the beginning of the show. I have to tell you, okay, what I'm going to discuss with you is very serious first. It's not a prank. It's not a setup. I did no setup for April Fool's today because I knew what we wanted, that we were going to have to talk about, right? And right, humor breaks all barriers that divide people, John Cleese. I just want to let you know what you guys did by just talking about it, by just staying on it, by not falling for the other stuff, by sticking to your guns, and understand it's the paper, people, and programs. And you understand you can't say it's the machines, like the machine did something, because the machine does nothing. It's just like a gun. It takes a person, human people. It takes them having a bad program in their brain, and it takes them firing that ammo, firing that gun. That's the paper. It's the same thing. And if you understand the con that the left does by saying guns kill people, when you know it's people with bad programming and the ammo in the gun, their programming caused them to use that tool. When you understand that con, the same exact psychological warfare playbook got played, telling you it's the machines changed the vote, and it's from over here. It is a proven psychological warfare con that works. And you can't even see it when it's right in front of your face because we're so emotional about elections. And you got people out there, right? People out there telling you, what's this? Or prison bars, I'm going to melt them down or whatever. What they did is just threw a shitload of media at it. Don't you get that? A crap load of media was thrown at it. And influences and this and talking it and saying it. All it was is psychological warfare. No difference than guns kill people. We got to outlaw guns. It's the same racket. You know better. You think better because your job is to make, yourself the smartest patriot in the room. That's what we're all held to do, is to improve and to be better. And in emotional times, it's very hard for people to see clearly. And the system used that emotion. But just like guns don't kill people, people kill people. And it follows the same path. It takes a person. It takes nefarious programs. And it takes that bullet, which in this case is the ballot, the paper. It is the same thing. But the same deception that the left use, psychological warfare, and they use it to get rid of guns. We can agree they're trying to get rid of guns. Guns kill people. It is no different than the voting machines, trying to get over here on the voting machines and make you think something, right? So the true racket of the system stays alive. It's the same stuff. It's the same stuff, folks. But you took a choice to set yourself free. You took a choice to understand. You took a choice to really dive deep and understand how all of this deceptive warfare works. And I just want to say, God bless you for that. I also want to say, to even have President Trump do what he did with the extreme legal fine-tuning that makes it doable. It's always going to be a fight. It's monumental. You did that. You got the Arizona audit in the first place by talking about it and pushing it. They went to tell you it was a grift and nothing happened. You stood your ground, got it done. Once again, you stood your ground on it's the voter rolls and the paper. You got the right response done in a very sophisticated way. You did that. And that's the lesson of everything. Words matter. Words matter. And it's when you speak up that things get done. So I just want to say, God bless you. God bless every one of you for supporting our program. Please share this program. I apologize. It was so intense up front, but when I kept on saying, well, the machines did this and this one. I think it's just the pressure of where we are. It's certainly the pressure of where I am, right? But I just want to thank you for understanding I'm merely human too. I'm a very fallible human. Sometimes I'll let my emotions come through, but it's just because we can't afford to lose our country, and so much hate and attack and vitriol has been put forth to keep the people off track. But it's great. I'm going to go get on tractors and smile and breathe and everything else. But you guys make a difference. I love you. I'll share this program.
Rennie Good was a gifted soul, a writer and a poet and a mother. Wow, she tried to hit an agent with her car. Oh no, pop motherfucker, now she's gone. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Being a fucking liberal is a mental disease. Blue hair and fuckables with the septum ring. You are not a hero, you're a fucking disease. You fuck around and find out it's what it is. Jeffrey Pretty was a Jewish homo. Started talking shit to protect a chomo. He was getting nicked when he pulled a gun. Bam, motherfucker, now you're gone. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Being a fucking liberal is a mental disease. Blue hair and fuckables with the septum ring. You are not a hero, you're a fucking disease. Fuck around and find out what that is.
Our courts are based on clear and convincing evidence. Want convictions? Want justice? For what happened in the 2020 election? Then we need your help. Not fixing 2020 will damn our nation forever. The decision you make in the next few moments could decide whether we ever get our elections fixed or not. Here's why. Trump campaign and allies filed 64 different lawsuits. They all went down in flames. 100% of these cases were presented on It's the Machines, or The Machines Changed the Votes, or The Voting Company Executive Said He Would Make Sure Donald J. Trump Would Not Win. They all went down in flames. Why? You can't bring theories to court as evidence. No supposed Zoom call or six-degree polynomial math theory or census data is or ever will be proof of fraud. You can't bring theories to court as evidence. Here's why. In both civil and criminal law, the side making a claim carries the burden of proof, and prosecutors must prove guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. Without physical or otherwise verifiable evidence, a case cannot meet this high threshold. Physical evidence is the key. The question is, did anyone get relevant, reliable, provable, testable, and duplicatable evidence of what really happened in the 2020 general election? And the answer is yes, absolutely. The full forensic audit of Maricopa County, Arizona is the only evidence-gathering work which gathered relevant, reliable, provable, testable, and duplicatable evidence of what really happened in the 2020 general election. Evidence so damning that the system, the deep state, and those who pull the strings of this country have fought to keep it hidden and have hoped to have it be forgotten to time. Almost $3 million invested in time, funds, and efforts to unlock that which the system wanted hidden. But now, that evidence is in danger of being lost forever. So if you want what happened in the 2020 election fixed, then we need your help. Please donate to protect and secure this historic evidence. With the 2026 midterms coming up, the system is going to try to lame duck President Trump and then most likely introduce new impeachment proceedings. This is the evidence which will help win the war which is surely to come. We need to keep Maricopa County full forensic investigation and archive secure and ongoing. So if you want what happened in the 2020 election fixed, then we need your help. Please donate to protect and secure this historic evidence. We need your help securing the full forensic audit archives. Don't allow the only testable, objective, and reliable 2020 election evidence fall into obscurity. Millions were spent on getting it documented and tested. This is historic evidence. Not fixing 2020 will damn our nation forever. The historic Maricopa County full forensic audit effort processed 20,895,610 digital and forensic images of varying formats, resulted in 208 million individual evidence-proof files. The system processed over 58 billion forensic measurements, resulting in over 2 trillion individual base computations. No hopium, no hype, just hardcore forensic evidence. Please make sure the Maricopa County full forensic audit archives survive. Donate now. So if you want what happened in the 2020 election fixed, then please donate to protect and secure this historic evidence. We can't do it without you. We need you. America needs you. Our future needs you. Please donate now. Not fixing 2020 will damn our nation forever. Please donate now.